But without further ado, a little bit of a recap. Last time you guys made a deal with the sorcerer, one of the sorcerer's acolytes, to help her retrieve her items from the temple and get her off the island. In exchange for which, she would help you find her master, the sorcerer Maledict Myrrh. Things went okay at first, until the other sorcerer's acolyte summoned some sort of monstrosity from the depths through a central summoning pool. And then when his death, the creature was uncontrolled.
And in Sotex, I had
Started bringing down the entire temple into the depths with it. There was a fair bit of chaos, some running, some swimming, some ingenious use of chimneys.
Thank you.
But you did manage to get to the surface and not be dragged down into the depths with this creature. Tebian is pretty much shaken to his core by everything that has happened. But as we come upon our group, you are sitting amongst the ruins of the temple, which is at this point just like a large gaping hole straight down to the sea. Debating what to do next. And the sorceress Zabihi has basically swam up, clutching some of her belongings that she had gone to get, and has flopped onto the quote-unquote shore with you.
Ah, good. The rats always make it out first, don't they?
Well, I think you were the first one here with your little chimney trick, wasn't it? Pretty good idea, though.
Yeah. I wasn't saying I wasn't a rat. I was just saying.
Pot calling the kettle rat.
Well, today we're all a bit of rat, aren't we?
Rats are survivors.
So, lady, did you get what you were looking for?
I did. And Game Master can't remember. Does she have the necklace or do you have the necklace?
I have the necklace.
Okay. It's like I got my important notes and things, but in order to find him, I'm going to need the necklace that I dropped.
Right. Well, first of all, we need to get off this particular island. What about that thing that's in the water there?
It's slumbering.
Well, how about we get to the boat, put some miles between us and it, and then we'll worry about trying to find anybody.
Is it gonna go away? Or does it just live here now?
It slumbers beneath the waves and can be summoned by those of sufficient will and study.
Right.
Well, there's two of them. Where's the other one?
The other one is also slumbering.
And I assume
Well,
you
I'll
can
ask,
beat them
so where's
sleeping?
the necklace?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Hi, Lassie. Where's the necklace then?
I dropped it, but I think your captain managed to secure it.
Ah, well then.
Well, I've never known the captain to let a shiny bauble escape his grasp.
Well, it seemed important as it was sliding away from you, so. Yeah, regardless.
Quite, it is the key to finding him.
That sounds like we have everything we need. Let's make our way back to the ship.
I'm just more concerned that we just don't have to go diving for it or something. So that's all good.
Well, I think the sooner we get Mr. Tebian back on board, the happier he'll be. Seems a bit pale.
Here, here. Let's get out of this place.
Tebian might need his rum ration double today.
I have this vision of as we approach the boat, Tebian just tries to grab onto every tree that he can in order to stay where he is.
Debbie wants to get to the bottom of that boat and into a barrel of rum as quickly as possible.
That can be arranged.
Right, so you can keep these things sleeping while we make our way to the longboat, from the longboat to the ship.
Well, slumber is their natural state. It requires effort of will to awaken them. I promise not to awaken them.
Right, okay. Well, that'd be great because you'll be on a boat that it's probably going to try to eat. So maybe I'll bet a swimmer than I take you for. But keeping it sleeping is probably the best interest for everybody.
Agreed.
I think we understand each other.
So you guys, now that you don't have to worry about the guards, you can take the beach path down as opposed to the multi-day trek through the mountains. Arrive down at the village, probably as it's getting close to like early sunset. Your boat is where you left it at the dock. Your crew is still hanging around.
All right, Kevin, get yourself on board.
He goes so fast, he leaves like a little cloud of dust, like in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. Beep beep zip tang.
Right. Grab up those supplies and get aboard, Jilotes.
As soon as you start making your way and the crew starts making ready to leave, you can tell that they're not in any great there's no great pains to want to stay here.
Yeah, we're not in a big hurry. We'll make sure it's done right.
No problem. The crew makes ready. They do have to get one or two of them a little bit sobered up. They looks like they've been like drinking and resting in shifts, but staying on the boat as opposed to going into the village proper. And as the sun is starting to set on the horizon, you set sail from this island.
Claudius will apply a gentle boot where needed and a firmer boot where needed.
You do notice in the couple of days you've been away, the crew seem to be getting along because you've got like a very disparate crew, right? You've got pirates, you've got Argosians, you've got merchants and regular sailors and everything else, and they seem to have come to an agreement in terms of operating as a crew.
I mean, on the one hand, our diversity is huge, but on the other hand, we'll take anybody. We got low standards.
You're not wrong.
We got 4 open positions for cannon fodder.
You do. Right. Where would you like to set sail to?
I'm surprised none of the villagers came to talk to us before we left.
They pretty much keep to themselves.
I figured they would have been interested in the fact that we went up to the... Of course, I don't think we told them we were going up to the temple again.
You did not. And as far as they're concerned, there's an evil temple up there, and then there was a tremendous rumbling, and perhaps they saw some tentacles on the horizon, and then you guys came back. They're just a lot of like keeping their heads down, whistling nonchalantly, and hoping you don't notice them.
I like the cut of their jibs. I really do.
Well,
Takes a special kind of person to leave well enough alone.
Well, you're not wrong there, Claudius. But personally, I think we should find our way to some actual civilization. I think Tevye needs a bit of shore leave. I could use some myself.
Fuck yeah. And we got some swag. It's payday, boys.
That's right. Make sure it's sent out as per the shares. Everybody will have some drinking money once we make port. Probably Ascalon, right?
Asgalon is the closest major city to where you are. It would be to the northeast.
That's a pretty major trade port, if I remember.
It is. It is the primary trade port for Shem. Any goods going into or out of Shem go through Asgalon.
Sounds good enough to me.
Well, maybe we can pick us up a little bit of a target on the way. I'd prefer to do that in Shem waters than Argos waters. Argosian Navy is, more competent than most.
So whoever is navigating can give me a sailing roll.
That's Claudius, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Nope, my character sheet is not the party token. Ah, there we are. Here we go. Hey, look at that. First and last good roll of the day.
All right. So you guys set sail. You guys, some of you are experienced sailors. You know I think it's going to take you a couple of days at least to get to Asgalon.
Hey, Chris. Zach says we have a question in the comment section.
Yes, Stiletto Assassin is asking if we have an Instagram page.
Oh, no, we did not yet. We haven't thought of an Instagram page before, but now we have thought of it. So thank you. But yes, Conan plays every second Sunday. So and then we have a bunch of games. Every second Sunday evening is Forbidden Lands, alternating with Odyssey of the Dragonlords D&D. We have a Stargate game starting soon. Starting in January, we'll have a Star Trek game. A variety of things.
Yeah, there's an Alien one shot I'll be playing in.
Alien one shot coming up this Saturday.
Still.
So we do have a Facebook page, but we don't have an Instagram page.
Got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and in the process of going.
Awesome. And this is I think the first question we've ever had in chat. So now we feel all accomplished.
Yep,
Woo.
getting higher up there every day.
That's right, we're goddamn celebrities now.
There you go. Alrighty.
Ooh,
So if Clytius would like, you can spend the 2 momentum you gained if you want to sight a target.
I'll toss it over to the captain. You want yourself a target? I got one.
Well, yes, I'd like us to find ourselves a target. Something relatively easy. We want to make sure Tabian doesn't,
All
lose
right,
his
Chris.
marbles.
We're setting course for that whale.
All right. So who is in the lookout?
That's normally Tebian.
Debian might still have seen too much.
Let's put Grim up there. He probably knows what he's doing.
Right. Grim can tell you that he's spotted a double-masted carrack off the port bow. He cannot determine nationality.
All right. Well, adjust our course, see if we can get the wind. Just keep our colors down for now. We got an Argosian flag, don't we?
I'll rummage through the flags and see if we have one.
We got one. Let's put her up.
So either the helmsman or captain can make a sailing check to close with the vessel.
I think you're better at this than I am, Claudius.
Well, let's give it a chance here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ha! Do I have a reroll for that? I do. There we go.
Ah,
So you kind of like hoist up the Argosian flag, get a little bit closer, starting to close in on it, to the point where Grim can tell you it is a Zingaran ship. Merchant vessel seems to be sitting pretty heavy in the water.
Perfect.
Captain, shall I get the men ready?
looks like she's fully laden.
Let's get the men ready. Keep them out of sight for now. Get that ballista armed. I want to see what this thing can do once we're in range.
You're the captain, gents. Out of sight until you're needed, but be ready.
Alrighty. So you start to close on them. The Zingaran vessel, since you're flying an Argosian flag, they don't think anything of it. I mean, and you guys can easily get within weapon range attack for ranged weapons.
For the ballista or for like bows and stuff?
Just the way naval combat works, all ranged weapons are within range at the same time.
Right, but we're not really armed with. Are we armed with ranged weapons?
We have
My-
one ballista, I
yeah.
think, right?
And my skilled follower is an archer.
Oh, right. What was his name?
I think we changed his name to Berkey or something like that. Like Berke.
I think so.
He had a Bosnian longbow, right?
No, he's Harkinian.
Oh, sorry.
But you do have, like, you've got enough bows to outfit your crew with bows.
I suppose I could manage to set the sails on fire. Captain.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Oh no! Don't light it on fire. Oh, we're not savages. We're pirates.
Solution to everything.
All right. Do you want me just to stay in my galley then?
Might be
Well,
best.
Maybe you could stay and keep an eye on the crew over here, but don't light it on fire. We're going to be on it here, so very soon. So, all right. Right now, I'll get your men ready. When I give the signal, I want to pull the top off this ballista, clear that deck, have your men fire, and then we're going to board. You understand?
Yes, Captain.
Claudius, close as soon as we file.
Right.
All right. You guys can make ranged attacks.
Get ready to cut the wheel.
Rory, you might as well put our colors up.
When we get there, I'll also need you to do that for me, Chris, since I'm not able to.
So a bunch of fire from the pirates.
Is it warfare for the ballista?
No, it is actually ranged combat.
I think I'm driving, so I won't worry about anything like that.
So who's actually firing the ballista? One of you guys, or are you just sending your crew to do it?
We'll have Berkey do it with the.
So yeah, so the ballista takes 2 people.
I
And
can
then-
help him out with that, I guess.
There you go.
Okay.
And I'll. I think I can generate momentum.
So yeah, so there's like a hail of what do you load your ballista with? Are you doing deck clearing, or are you trying to punch holes in the ship?
We're a deck clearing.
So yeah, so a hail of arrows and a barrage from the ballista kind of like clears the decks to some degree. Yes, the captain can absolutely make a command roll if you would like to generate momentum.
Yeah, coordinate. I think it's called D1 command.
Yep.
And we don't have any momentums. And I can re-roll 17. There we go. Momentum, boys.
So yeah, so there's a barrage of fire. The captain is bellowing orders. The Argosian flag comes down. The Kraken's colors go up. Clytius, you can make a roll to try to bring within boarding distance.
All right. I will spend some of that freshly generated momentum for an extra die.
Really quick, what color is our Kraken flag again?
I believe it's red.
So
Black with a red Kraken, I think it is.
do flags mean the same in Conan as they do in real life?
Mostly.
So generally, for those who don't know, the red flag means no quarter. It means expect no quarter.
Oh shit! Maybe we should change that.
Just a little bit of trivia. Usually, the red flag is raised to say expect no quarter.
Fun fact.
Why would you tell people that in advance?
I didn't think of
it's
that until
only-
now.
It's
I
only
always,
fair.
I always thought the Kraken was purple on our flag.
Oh, maybe it is.
Well, it's because usually a red flag, in in most cases, a red flag was carried by pirate hunters, which were to give no quarter to pirates.
Yeah. It's the naval equivalent of get fucked, son.
Yeah, you fucked around, and now you're about to find out.
Exactly.
Okay.
There, I posted a flag in general.
So yes, so as the captain starts to yell orders, striding across the deck, and Clytius brings the ship around, the ship does turn to try to run. But Clytius is a skilled enough pilot that he actually generates 1 momentum out of it.
Ooh, baby.
Not our first rodeo.
And you bring your ship alongside, and as you pull aside, the captain is already on his deck, like, kind of like hands up, telling his men to stand down, no need for there to be more bloodshed today, sort of thing.
Ah, good
Smart
job.
man.
That is my kind of captain right there, one with common sense. Take the man over, Ragnar.
You heard the captain, men. Round them up. Get all the valuables.
As experienced pirates, this sort of thing is not uncommon. Some captains will 100% put up a fight. But some, especially merchants, hauling somebody else's goods isn't worth their life.
True enough.
Fair.
Good to hear.
Once we're good and tied on, I think Clytius will turn the helm over to someone else and head over to make use of his new talent for ransacking.
So he'll start.
The ship is the Grey Dragon.
Any pattern that he recognizes.
That's a cool name.
Anita, the player, has a terrible
Hey,
suspicion.
Chris, how far out from port are we?
You guys, you're about a day out from Ascalon, which would be the closest port.
It may take so.
Oh, good. I'll be able to ransack the gallery then and not feel bad about it.
You figure if this is a Zangaran ship, it's probably out of Cordava, which is better part of a week away.
We didn't poke any holes in them; they'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of wounds here and there from the arrows, but it's more like just that blanket fire of arrows to keep everybody's heads down as you get ready to board, as opposed to pinpoint targeting.
Yeah.
I'll try to patch folks up.
No hard feelings.
Well, nothing if not civilized, Captain.
All right. On board the Grey Dragon, you do find that they are carrying linen.
Science and medicine are both the same.
There's about 25 bolts of linen.
Reason is higher than my insight.
There are just sacks upon sacks upon sacks upon sacks of grain.
Do you care which is rolled?
Everybody likes grain.
No.
Easy to sell.
Not enough to die for.
And it's
There's a bunch of stone, like construction stone. There's a bunch of like not necessarily exotic food, but like foods that are native to Zengard that they're obviously exporting. So, different like citrus fruits and the like.
Well, Clydius has a bit of Zengaran, so he'd probably have an idea of what the tasty ones are.
There's a bunch of mining equipment.
Ooh.
Like, and not just like picks and stuff, but like the reinforced wood for the spurs and stuff in the mines.
This box says Dynamite on it. What does that mean?
No idea. Just don't let Roy in.
Dirty.
There's a bunch of pottery. And they're also carrying like crates that are just full of very ornate feathers from exotic birds.
Oh, I like the idea of feathers. That's nice light cargo there.
Does it feel familiar?
Well, I mean, it's still 500 pounds.
Carrying 500
It's
pounds
true.
of feathers.
That's a lot of
Still.
feathers.
It's like the age-old question: what's heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of steel? It's still
Anita
the
has an
same.
idea?
Bags are a different size.
But yeah, there's enough stuff here that it's going to take you like the better part of a day to move cargo.
Sounds good. I mean,
But that's. I mean, Sotak would.
Yeah.
might as well break out some of their rum and share it with the both crews. Everybody have a nice little break.
You would dismiss it as a
Yeah, we'll
personal
make sure
loss.
that they're everybody's comfortable, disarmed. We'll keep a watch on them, of course, but we're, as far as pirates go, pretty chill.
Captain,
Yeah.
we have 4 empty spots on our crew. Do you think
Oh.
this slot is worth recruitment, or?
Oh, should I
Well, we
give
know-
them the speech?
We know they follow orders.
Any patterns
Yeah,
or markers
very much so.
that would suggest to him
Who knows? Some of them might be bored
that would be the
doing
next
this.
thing he'd be looking.
Well, gentlemen, it's speech time. I'll try to be
I'm not
brief. As is tradition in my world and in our world, in the pirate world, we do offer up the opportunity for a captured crew to actually make some real money instead of slaving for your previous captain. Yeah,
No offense.
We offer half a share a person until they complete the first mission and get themselves salted, as it were. But if any one of you would prefer to work for me as opposed to your current captain, then you'd be most welcome. You can partake in the rum that we're about to have a little celebration.
Give me a persuade roll.
Hey, Chris.
Yep.
Is there a way to look at the cargo from a kind of a financial point of view, decide what's probably worth the most versus what's worth the least, and then that way we can cut our time down?
Yes, that would be a thievery roll.
Well, last time I got a complication, someone stabbed me.
Ah, shit.
Oh, dear.
I do not think I have a reroll for persuade.
On the plus side, yes, someone may just come and assassinate you later.
They almost got me last time.
It worked out okay.
You got a cool ass dagger out of it.
True. And a cool scar. Nice story.
Yeah.
Yeah, chick sticking scar. What kind of momentum do we have?
There's one in the pool currently.
All right. I'm going to steal it, have an extra dice on a thievery roll. I actually have the skill, 2 levels. Go figure. So, yeah, I'll try to see in my brain if I can figure out, oh, that's worthless, or that's really worth something.
Well, I mean, my bet is the stone is probably the thing we maybe move last. I don't know.
Possibly, unless you know that in the market there's a specific demand for it, and that might be running prices. But I suspect the feathers, the exotic feathers, are probably going to be pretty expensive, and the linens for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody likes grain.
Yeah, food's always. But and the mining equipment might be quite valuable too. But I'll have a thievery roll, see what it tells me.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you about the mining equipment. Not much of a dirt digger.
I, on the other hand, am not either.
Let's get those 20s out of the way.
All right. So, Caro, do you have any rerolls for your persuade? All right, Tony, I had to go check something. Okay.
Well, I know I don't have for mine.
So yeah, as you're looking through things, the linen, it's probably worth about a gold per bolt, and there's 25 bolts in total. A bolt is like 100 yards of fabric.
Mhm.
They weigh about 50 pounds each. The grain, all told, grain is probably pretty easy to sell, but it's not terribly valuable.
Fair.
You figure, again, depending on negotiations, you can get probably between 5 and 10 gold for the ton of grain that's there.
Fair. And it's certainly something we could leave these fellows to get to mark.
Same with the building stone. The building stone is worth like probably 20, 25 gold. But it's a lot of rock to move.
Mm-hmm.
The food's probably pretty valuable because it's more of more delicacy type stuff as opposed to staples.
Yeah, exotic.
So yeah, like barrels of citrus and probably some olives, maybe some Zingaran wine mixed in there as well. You could probably make a pretty good profit on the food. I mean, technically it's all profit since you're stealing it. But the food is probably worth the effort.
Yeah, I targeted it, I guess, as being feathers, linens, the foods, and probably really just take anything that's not the grain or the rocks.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that way I think we can cut our time down dramatically, and that may be a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. The mining equipment, you don't. It's going to be worth money. You don't know, like some of the things you don't even know what exactly it's used for.
Fair. Is it also another heavy, long laboring process?
It could be. You can take some of the smaller items for sure.
Yeah, we'll do triage based on, hey, look, you can carry this one. Take it on board.
Yeah, if you're going for like kind of a value speed equation, then yeah, the pottery, it's much more ornamental pottery as opposed to like cooking jars and the like. Definitely money in that. The feathers, the food, the cloth. Yeah.
All right. That sounds like a good plan. How does everyone think?
Sounds good.
Sounds
Agreed.
awesome.
Use your best judgment.
Claudius will definitely give the captain's quarters a quick once over. Just
But in the meantime,
Da-da.
Everybody still there?
yep.
Yeah.
I'm just dealing with Rory's complication here.
Mm,
I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been spiders.
sure. And I might be able to harvest these things.
I mean, yeah, it's ingredients that's coming right at you.
Right. So yeah, as you're kind of going through things fairly quickly, kind of like getting a feel for the silk and everything, you feel this sudden shooting pain through your left arm as you take 2 points of damage.
Ouch! Oh, you fucking little bastard!
You see this little green snake slithering off.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Ugh. Damn it. I immediately assume it's poisonous.
Yes, very much so.
All
Just
right,
never
well,
kind.
we're gonna try to prevent things, and we'll try to suck that shit out.
All right. So you can make a resistance test.
Oh, good. I got talents and resistance. Oh, good. I got a reroll. Yay. I'm also going to spend a fortune. It's like dropping dead is not, tops on my list of priorities.
Yeah, I think we'd rather have you alive.
Cool.
So yeah, so you try, but that is a fast-acting venom just coursing through your veins.
Oh, that didn't work.
Difficulty 4.
Oh, well, I have a reroll then. I'll reroll the 13.
Okay.
Difficulty 4 is brutal.
Difficulty on a clear action is equal to the rating of the effect.
Damn it!
Ooh, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 more damage as this pain now is just shooting up your arm. Like your arm, like you're actually like from the shoulder down on your left side, it's like you can see like the blood kind of swelling as it kind of oozes through the veins, causing a large, like basically your blood is starting to pool in your arm.
He's our medic too, isn't he?
He is.
That doesn't look good.
Paladin, heal thyself. Okay, well, at this point, can I attempt healing or what would be the course here? Tie something off so it doesn't spread?
Yeah, you can try the resistance roll again. It is difficulty 4. You could try the healing. You have a healer's kit. So it'd be difficulty 3 for healing.
Sounds like the better option.
Bear in mind your healer's kit also has medicine, and you can use a dose of medicine to buy an extra d20. Then there's 3 doses in your healer's kit.
Actually, I have a skill that I think allows me to do that, to add 2 dice. So, a little to ease the pain. When using medicine from a healer's bag, each load adds 2 d20s to the healing test instead of the usual 1.
Perfect.
And the limit is 3 bonus dice as applies to 2. In addition, if you have access to narcotics or alcohol, you can make a daunting D3 test to convert a dose of either into a dose of medicine. We don't need that right now.
Excellent. So yeah, so your medicines are more effective. So how many
Yes.
how many medicine would you like to use?
I will take 2 doses out of the bag to maximize me at 3 extra.
Okay, perfect. So when you make your healing roll, just treat it as 3 momentum, and I've added 3 momentum into the pool.
All right, sounds good. And with bind wounds, I do also get a reroll, so that's good.
Fury.
And I'll reroll that 15.
God damn it.
This game wants me dead.
It wouldn't have affected the healing roll, but because the last poison did 5 vigor, that would be a wound.
Okay, so I have a wound too.
Oh, and then 1 more point of vigor damage before the poison kind of runs the course, I believe. No, actually, I rolled a bunch of effects last time. Yeah, no, it is starting to get into like your torso now.
Dope.
Does anybody else have any kind of healing skill to help this gentleman out?
Let me check. I don't think so, but maybe.
The only healing I know is cut it off before it spreads.
Attack. Yes.
Well, it's too late for that.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be useful.
Well, I mean, there might be another attempt at a
I have a 14
Yeah.
healing.
cool.
14 healing. Can I give it a shot?
You can. Difficulty is 3.
It goes silent.
No momentum in the pool because we just started.
There's no momentum. There is still 1 dose of medicine left in the healer's bag.
I will take that. And what does that give me? 1 momentum?
Yeah, basically, it gives you an extra d20 without
Yeah,
momentum.
Well, I mean, there's quite a
And what's a
few
fortune
kind of
give me?
small
Do I have a fortune?
limited space,
You should have 3.
having a tall Vulcan
I have
all the way
1 on my
would probably
sheet, so I will
improve
change that to
things.
2, and I will use 1. What does it do?
Yeah, actually change it to 3 because it will automatically take it off your total, and it will buy a die automatically set to a 1.
All right, we'll do that. And it gives me a warning.
Just tuck them away when we don't need them.
And how did it?
There.
Oh,
Jesus,
there you
pick
go.
it up.
Oh, thank the fuck.
Yep. Stick 'em up against
So
the
yeah,
wall.
so Rory comes
Same thing we
kind
do
of
on
like
the
stumbling to the deck, holding his arm, and you guys can see like his hand is like purple and like engorged with blood. You can see like he's tried to tourniquet it himself, but couldn't get the tension right. Just about to pass out. Tebian manages to basically get him down
Yeah, fold
and
away
kind of
back, these guns would have to move
like
it.
cut him a bit, like let some of the pressure off. Definitely a very, very nasty poison.
Well,
Tevian's
Mimi
walking up from
leeches.
downstairs, drunk at his skull. Says,
That's
what?
why I've
What's
written
going
it
on?
down
What's
for
all the
the crowd
goddamn?
at
No,
broad
holy
daylight.
shit! Immediately sobers up and rushes over and fixes him.
The wandering chair.
It's like, get the leeches.
Okay, yeah. Need more leeches. I was just thinking that.
Yes, that's right.
I'm going to have to
So a couple
stock
of minutes
up.
later, he does show up on the bridge.
Christ, I leave you guys for a minute and look what happens.
Waits to be acknowledged, and then.
Who are all these people?
Go back to your
There.
hole, Davian.
They're our
Great
guests.
idea, Captain.
Oh, thanks.
In the meantime, Caro, did you have any rerolls on your persuade?
I do not.
Okay, no problem.
Dun.
Despite his encounter, Rory did manage to kind of pinpoint the more high value items. Basically, most value for least trouble transporting. You get the crew to work, transporting across like the feathers and the mining equipment and the pottery and the food. The whole time, like the captain and the men, they stay calm. They stay on their knees or whatever you do to keep them out of your way. But you can tell that they're definitely kind of like noting faces, or if they hear any names or anything like that, you can tell that they're definitely paying attention to that sort of thing. But they understand that this is part of the risk they run.
Can I do an insight check to see with guardsman eye if they're trying to any kind of shenanigans?
Sure.
I can use command for that. This is a crowded area, I assume.
Yes.
And I can re-roll 15 successes. Oh, it is. Okay, I'm good.
So that will get you 2 momentum. They don't look like they're actually planning anything. More of a, making note for later sort of thing.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
Now,
We probably didn't kill their fathers.
Captain, I want to make something very, very clear. Once we're done with your particular vessel, you and your men are going to be perfectly safe. We're not going to harm any of you. We're not going to stab any of you. And traditionally, I should slay you, slit your throat, but I'm not going to because I'm that nice of a fellow. That said, you're going to head your way back to your home port as opposed to finishing your delivery. We're going to make sure you're going that way for a good long time. If you happen to turn around and head towards, say, the east or the south, I'm going to have to sink your vessel, and I don't want to do that. Do you understand me?
Understood.
We just call this one a loss for you, and better luck next time, Captain.
Same to you.
Perfect. Carol, by the way, in case anyone's asking.
Noted.
Just downright peaceful chap. I like him.
I like this captain. We should find more like him. Did any of his crew come over?
No.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. They give up too easy anyway.
Yeah, we didn't want him anyway.
Cheese eating surrender monkeys? Is that what they are?
They wouldn't survive Ragnar's training.
They really wouldn't. We've already
It's-
lost 5.
It's quite possible.
Well,
At least I think it was 5.
We got ourselves some booty, so when we make it into port, I'm sure we'll be able to make a little more profit.
So yeah, so your men finish getting everything situated. By the time everything's done, it's early into the second day. You're still about a day away from Asgalon. But you've got your cargo transported, situated, made sure that the Great Dragon headed back towards Zingara as opposed to anywhere else. You kind of keep tabs on them until you can no longer see them, at least with the naked eye. And then you set course for Asgalon. Clytius can give me a sailing roll.
All right. Okay. Ah, there we are.
Really?
We'll spend one momentum just to smooth things out.
Never a bad idea.
And we'll re-roll the 19. Oh, well, it's closer. Would we be classified as being in Argosian waters, or no?
No, actually.
Okay.
You're in the waters off the coast of Shem.
All right. I just noticed that Argos is pretty close.
We're deliberately
It
not
is.
in Argosian waters.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing you could be in Argosian waters quite easily. The captain is specifically not going into them.
Yeah, there's no lack.
Okay.
But after another day of sort of sailing, as it's starting to get on towards the evening, you can see the lighthouse and everything of Asgalon kind of leading you into the quay. So yes, the city of Asgalon. It is a large city. For most of you, it is probably the largest city you've ever seen. It is like an order of magnitude larger than Tortage. comparable to Missantia for those of you that have been to Argos. And the entire city is built on the cliffs overlooking the harbor. So the harbor is kind of like sea level, obviously, and then there's these sheer cliffs that go up about 100 feet, maybe more, and the city itself is built on top of those cliffs. Everything, all the inland portion of the city is walled off. You can see the walls. You can see that there are these large crane-like mechanisms for lowering cargo from the docks to the city, up and down. There are switchback platforms for carts and foot travel to get up to the city proper. And it is just teeming with people.
My kind of place.
And as you pull in, I assume with your Argosian flag up and not your pirate flag.
Oh, for sure.
And as you pull in, you do pass several gibbets with rotting bodies of pirates in them.
Well, that's what happens when you get caught, gentlemen.
So the cargo we picked up wasn't marked in any way, was it?
No, it's not marked. I mean, it's obviously like Zingara linen
Sure.
and fruits from Zingara, but the mining equipment is probably a little bit more traceable.
Okay. I was just wondering if we had to worry about, the Conan equivalent of packing slips and that sort of thing.
There is a trade guild in Ascalon.
Wow, I'll let the cap deal with that.
I think the captain can deal with that. He's pretty good at that sort of thing.
Good stuff. Go tour.
So it is evening as you guys basically get into dock, get your ship kind of socked away. But that will take us into downtime.
Yay, downtime.
All right. Get everybody their shares doled out. Don't spend it all in one place, boys.
Make sure the boys have received a speech about behaving themselves, keeping their mouths shut. They know how to do this. Make sure the new guys are, next to old guys, so they're not doing something stupid.
It's true. Everybody buddy up. Nobody goes ashore without their buddy.
So everybody has to pay their upkeep.
Upkeep is 2 for me.
What
Right,
was our
and what
share?
did we get paid out last time? Or this time, rather?
Let's see. We got the PCs and Grim get 4. Carol got 5, and then the rest goes to the crew.
4? Alright, sweet. That is exactly what my upkeep is.
My upkeep is 3, so I have 1 left. Which I will
Apparently-
spend on therapy if that's how it works.
Apparently, Clydius likes to live like a fancy bitch.
You're just poor.
I think I still have some left from last time.
All right. So as part of paying your upkeep, basically it pays for your food, your drink, your lodgings, everything during this particular time in Ascalon. Replenishes. The medicine bag gets replenished. Arrows get replenished. The ship stores get replenished. So basically everything that you had gets replenished. Alchemy ingredients do not, you have to buy those separately.
We need to lay in more cutlasses.
So yeah, weapons get sharpened and replaced. Clytius and Ragnar, your armor that you had to shed during the escape from the temple gets replaced.
Awesome.
Excellent. I felt naked without it.
And then, with what little gold you may have left, you can decide what you would like to do.
Therapy.
Are going to therapy. Yep.
The boy needs therapy.
Drinking.
I need proper healing for my wound.
Club Cheaters. This looks like it would have a therapist in there.
No, you come with me. We'll get a little higher scale, upper class sort of place.
Aye, Captain.
Don't forget to go to the trading guild.
Right. We'll get it all taken care of. Enjoy your shore leave, gentlemen.
I'm definitely going for healing and learning.
Perfect. All right. So it is one gold per wound or per trauma that you need to recover.
No problem. I spend that gold.
1 gold per trauma?
Yep.
I will spend 1 gold. And
How many
hopefully make more
traumas do
money
you have?
later, because I'm broke.
I will give you a gold as a thank you for saving my ass.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yes, can't have you all phobiaed out.
That brings me down to 1 single trauma. I think I can work with that.
I'll give you a gold to cover that one.
Sweet. Our wounds are all healed, right?
Any wounds, your vigor is recovered, your wounds require 1 gold per.
Okay. I have an asterisk in one of my dots. That's not a skull. I don't know what that means.
That means that it's treated but not yet healed.
Oh, okay. We'll just leave that there then.
So you need another gold.
No, actually, I get 10 vigor, so it's much better than my resolve.
So for being aboard ship, Chris, at what point are we in danger of getting sunk with armor on?
And the minute
If you've got any,
mentions the location,
if you have any armor at all, it makes your swimming difficulty harder.
freezes up
Ah, balls.
temporarily.
I was hoping you could have a couple pieces.
No, basically the difficulty on swim checks is equal to the highest soak level of your armor.
So heavy clothing is it then?
Uh,
No, so
I think heavy clothing is a soak of 1.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, if you're comfortable in your athletics and you want
No,
something
no.
heavier, I mean, you can.
You're fine.
Not yet. Balls.
I remember exactly what was going on there.
I mean, you can always like have the other armor and like don it when you're like on shore easily enough.
Yep.
Or just cross your fingers that you don't end up in the water.
How do I actually
Mm,
a wounded
Yep.
skull?
There were indeed.
Sorry, what was that?
How do I actually get rid of the little wounded skull? I keep clicking on it and it won't go away.
Right click.
Oh,
Yeah.
asterisk.
Just before
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then right click again.
there had
Yeah,
been
asterisk
some
will mean
with
it's
a Wave
treated,
Rider
and then,
battle. There had been
click it
some
again, it'll
between
go
the
away.
Wave Rider and someone's quarters. Although
Ah,
I don't
there,
know if
learned
that was
something.
part of the,
There we go.
all right. Well, I don't have money to buy armor, so
well, it was
I'll have
just-
to wait till I kill somebody that has
This
armor.
was just before
There you go, the
Sotak
tried and
went
true
into the
method.
Wave Rider Bay. Because that's where he had been
Alrighty.
when.
So yes, so folks get healed. Folks, drink their sorrows away. Try to put the horrifying things they've seen in the past. Or spend some time with some companionship, and otherwise, feel right as rain. But in terms of doing things during downtime, Clytius, what would you like to do?
All right, what kind of options have I got?
You can look for rumors. You can build your rep. You can look for things to buy or sell.
Is he taking Sotek with him?
You can go gambling.
Hmm.
You can work on your renown.
I think I was trying to up my renown last time.
Yes, Sotek would go along.
So I'll do that again.
I'm going to try to sell our goods.
How much gold would you like to spend there, Clytius?
What's a good amount? Like 2? Sure, 2.
What's your current renown?
Uno.
Oh, right. So yeah, so you spend some time kind of like living the high life, spreading gold around here and there, impressing
Yeah.
folks.
I was thinking about going to the bathhouse, maybe the Hanging Gardens. That sounds nice.
And word starts to spread, and you get a renown of 2.
Great.
Wow, you're famous.
Okay. Rory, what would you like to do during your downtime?
Yep.
All right.
He's still
um,
pleasant.
I'm not still. Um, I would. Is there an opportunity here that we can spend XP to gain new talent?
Yes, that's another thing you do during downtime. This is where you would also spend XP.
Oh, okay. Is there any limit?
Within reason. I mean, if you're buying like from no talents all the way up to like patron sorcery, barter your soul, and getting a bunch of spells, then maybe not. But
Right.
How's our XP right now, anyway? Right, my sheet says 200, but I think we got more than that.
I bought 4 talents. Just if anybody's looking for a benchmark.
Yeah, I bought 4 as well.
What's our XP?
Total is 1210.
1210. Wow.
Now I don't know what you've spent already.
Mine is whatever you spent so
I
far.
don't think I've spent anything for this guy.
You haven't spent any XP?
I don't think so. I'll go back and look at the chat, but I don't think I did.
so yeah, so you can definitely, and you can also use the downtime to make alchemical concoctions if you wish as well.
Oh, geez, I totally did.
Yeah.
Because I do have 10 wonderful ingredients that we robbed from that other place.
That's why I encouraged everybody to start using the character planning chat, just so we'd have a record of it. Makes it easier.
Yeah, so I have 710 left.
That's still a fair chunk.
Yeah,
You can do a lot. You can do a lot with that.
Yeah, I've got like 6 something, so I'm going to buy definitely 3 talent.
I think I've only used 400 just to be able to get 1 skilled follower, so I have whatever's left.
That'd be like 8-10 left.
Yeah, which I'm thinking of putting that to use.
So other than making some alchemical things and steady, is there anything else Rory is doing?
Well, probably the typical book, carouse, have fun, the usual as we move forward into, just having fun. But really, it's more of a studious period, I think, for poor Rory, whose brush with death has really kind of spurred him on to learning some.
Okay.
How do we calculate upkeep, Chris?
Upkeep is 3 plus social standing minus renown.
Oh. Okay. So mine actually goes down to 3.
Yep. Kara, what would you like to do?
Well, Caro is in his element. society is the survival of the urban center, and I have 5 societies, so I would like to go take advantage of that. Starting with selling our shit.
Are you selling it through legitimate means or illegitimate means?
My society is much higher than my thievery, so
Okay.
Can you get a one armor hat?
I think there's a leather cap that's one. All right. So you make your way through the city, and all of you, as you're spending time in Asgulon, it's very different from Tortage. The architecture is a lot of the buildings are made of this like sand colored like limestone. Doesn't look as strong as it actually is. The fancier buildings, the government buildings, things of that nature, are all made of marble. The streets are the main streets are fairly clean.
Are the doors
The
closed?
side streets though are interesting. There is a smell to the side streets
Who's in the
that cannot quite be described. It's a sort of smell that you feel more than scent.
Yep.
It is
Who's in the
singularly unpleasant.
well, I think Caro will stay to the main streets. He's a very civilized person.
And there's kind of a central market area, just north of the Temple of Ishtar. And that's the other thing you notice is the city does have a number of shrines and one major temple to Ishtar in the area, and there are priests and priestesses on the streets with the common
only
folks.
Because Trosk has been around him so
All right.
that
But when you're like setting up your
noticed
stand
that
and trying to
there's
sell your stuff,
definite
give me
tension
a society
in
test.
Sotak.
All righty.
Like there's something is making him uncomfortable.
Let's see what Society
Yes.
5 does.
Something is definitely making him uncomfortable.
Fucking
It
complicated.
might be the fact that he's in a turbo lift with an Andorian, but he's never reacted.
Oh,
this
come
way.
on, talents. There's nothing in here. I got no reroll.
All right. So you get to the market area and kind of set up your buyers,
That was
and you can
very
tell
intense.
you can definitely sell your stuff. You're not sure how much money that the buyers have, but there's definite interest. But when you kind of turn around, there's a couple of individuals there who explain in no uncertain terms that in order to sell, you need to pay your dues to the guild.
He doesn't move, but his eyes should.
Right. Well, okay. What's
They
what's
don't know.
what's the dues? What's the going rate for dues these days?
Then he looks at Trosk and subtly shakes his head, and
That would
stares
be
at the wall opposite.
2 gold.
That moment where he had his eyes closed, like he was, like there was something
All right.
going
Well,
on.
how about we just I just give you let's say
Distinct impression
a
that
certain
it's
amount of this mining
versus
equipment
person.
that could count as my dues.
Additional in the room.
They kind of confer for a moment, and they agree. They will take a portion of your wares in lieu of dues.
Yeah, so I'll try to make that 2 gold worth as best I can. His archetype is merchant captain, so he probably has a general idea what things are worth.
Well, if they want cash, they only have to let you
Sell it first.
sell the stuff.
Yeah, that's not the way it works, though.
If the captain needs gold loan, I can loan him some gold.
Yeah, if you got 2 gold, we'll just give him gold and I'll pay you back after we sell his shit.
Yeah, I will loan you 2 gold, and you'll give that back to me when we sell the goods.
And what languages does Karo speak?
Karo speaks Zagarian and Argosian, I believe.
Okay.
Where is that written down?
Should be at the top of the general sheet.
Yep, Argosian, Zamorian.
Barely one step.
So yeah, so it's gonna take you time because the biggest issue that you're running into once you've paid your guild dues to be a legitimate merchant and kind of like gotten a stall and all of that thing. The biggest issue is that there's a very big communication gap.
Yeah, they're both very seafaring. One's very close, so I should be able to potentially find somebody with Garelius, maybe.
So it does take some time, and you manage to net. What did you
As
get?
much as
2
it's all
successes.
when you pull rank.
You managed to net 75 gold for.
And he responds
Everything.
initially with, "I prefer black."
That's pretty good.
Sweet.
I mean, in your merchant heart, you know that you could have made significantly better, but since it's all illegitimately gained, it's all profit.
Right, yeah. And we're trying to keep a low profile too, right? So.
Ragnar, what is Ragnar doing during downtime?
Ragnar is currently trying to look for any pockets of maybe some Nordheimers looking for a crew.
I mean, given how long it took us
Okay.
and how close the decks are, we could have just shut
and
down the Jeffries
while
team.
doing this is
Still
also
arrived at
trying
the
to
same
work
time.
on getting
Yeah.
higher up in the warfare tree, making my followers better.
So basically putting up feelers to see if there's anybody to hire,
See, we'll find a way to get you in the
and
scene.
then training the guys that you do have.
Exactly. Preferably Nordheimers. If they're not Nords, then that's fine, but Nords first. He's biased. If you want a job done right, hire a Nord.
Right. How much gold would you like to toss around putting out feelers?
Remember what rank
Let's
it
see. How much do I have right now? I'm not able to actually look at that myself. With the shares that we got.
I'm doing the math now.
Yes. He does say though, if an infection
You have 11, then take away your upkeep.
Yeah.
may have
That leaves you with 8 actually.
transferred from the computer system
All right.
component to the computer system.
I'll wait for the share to be.
Yeah. Well, that won't be.
Calculate.
That'll be at the end of the carousing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll put out
Yes,
5
forgot the name
gold.
of our
Actually,
ship.
I'm
Eclipse. Thank you.
looking.
Previously, I don't know who had it.
Wanting to impress the captain with the can-do-ness.
It's all about getting quality crew.
Exactly. I don't. Again, if you're gonna hire a Nord.
You get what you pay for.
So yeah. So you put some money out there. You're asking around. You're like going to different taverns in the marketplace, and down at the docks and kind of watching the ships as they come in and seeing who's getting off ships, who looks like they're looking for work, all that sort of thing. Tossing around a ton of money in the process. And you do over the course of like the week or so you guys are here in Ascalon, managed to pick up some Nordheimers who they were part of Red Ortho's crew, but they had to stop off to to heal up after a raid, and they haven't come back to pick them up yet or anything. So
Well,
no.
I'll let them know that we will eventually be rendezvousing with Red Ortho for more raids along the coast, so they might get their chance yet if they stick with us.
But as a result of spending so much money, you actually pick up a couple of other rumors around for just the crew. You get enough crew to kind of like fill out your complement easily.
Excellent.
But you hear talk in one place about how this strange-looking fellow kind of vaguely resembles the descriptions of Maledict Mur. Had passed through town looking to buy maps or charts for a place called the Isle of Balsagoth.
The Isle of Balsagoth.
And the general's like, spending good money to track down a fictional island. But his gold is good, so we sent him this way, and then he kind of looked that way, and then it seems like he was sent on a bit of a wild goose chase, as everybody was like, oh, my parents told me stories of that island when I was but a child. So sent from place to place, but fervent enough in his belief that he was spending good money even on this wild goose chase, like almost desperate to find this location.
Because of Sotax.
Okay.
Yes. Because of his the information he has.
That's rather interesting.
And the other thing you find when you're in one of the taverns with your men after like a hard day's work,
have a good idea of what to look for.
this very like disheveled, weather-beaten, middle-aged gentleman, like robes are just like torn, tattered. Obviously, has come in from the desert that lies outside Ascalon. Doesn't look like he's got like 2 copper pennies to roll the rig rub together. And he comes in and he orders a drink, and the butcher's like, we don't do charity here, And he kind of reaches into his his pouch, and he pulls out this sliver of metal, like not crafted, not smith, nothing, just like this sliver of metal. And your eyes immediately catch the way it like glints off the sun glints off it. And he just kind of smiles and he chuckles like, I found something good. Give me a drink, please. Like, and the bartender looks at the sliver of metal, and his eyes kind of go wide, and he gets the guy a drink.
Do I know what this is?
You could make a crafting roll.
I am totally good at those. Let's do that. I'm not very good at those.
Maybe you get lucky.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, if you really want to land it, there's always fortune.
Well, you have a skill of 2, and you rolled 2 2s, so for 4 successes.
Wow.
Spectacular.
I knew exactly what this is.
You do know exactly what this is. That is star metal.
Star metal. I'd like to just gently mosey my way over, just all nonchalant, like, where did you come across something like this? Like, where would you come? This is not something special.
Make a persuade roll.
St. John's.
I need you to make a
Yeah,
persuade.
I keep forgetting. Do you want to use fortune? Do you want to give doom?
What's my persuade right now?
8.
I'll use a fortune.
Wow. So yeah, so he kind of looks at you. It's like, buy me a drink. So you like order to the barkeep. It's all part of like you're spending money for the
Yeah.
rumors, right? It's like, I found out of the city a couple ways. There's I found ruins. Sandstorm must have uncovered them.
Mm-hmm.
But I found
And can we maybe point us in the direction of those ruins there?
a couple of days towards Koth.
Couple of days towards Koth.
Yeah, not quite to the city of Eric, along the mountains.
All right.
Like, if you want, I was gonna go sell this, but I can let you have this
Oh,
for a couple of gold. And again, it's all kind of counted into your rumors, right?
yeah. I just yeah, sure.
And like as soon as he gets the coins, he goes like back to the bar, and just starts like drinking pretty heavily. But he does leave you with like it's a piece of a very light metal, very brilliant silver, probably about the size of your index finger.
All right. I'll have to make sure this gets into Rory's hands. He might know a little bit more about it.
Perhaps me, perhaps Tebin. We can
Perhaps
work on.
Tevian too. Yeah. One of yous.
We'll put our heads together. No big
Yeah.
deal.
You two are the smart people I know.
I'm well traveled and lore heavy.
There we go.
Bing bing.
I was able to identify it, but I know nothing about it. In my eye.
Yeah. The only thing you know about it is this is the sort of metal that like the weapons of great chieftains are made out of.
So you're saying if we got a bit of this, I could have a fancy sword.
Yeah, it is a near mythical ore.
I will definitely take this information back to the crew.
There's actually rolls for it. It's
Can the
great.
chicken still be on the counter?
It's gonna go in the oven in a minute.
That's a hell of a rumor, man.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what is Tebian up to after he's done talking out what he's seen?
Tevian would like to. I put in chat, or the character creation chat, some training I'd like to get done. Is that all right?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Other than that, he's kind of doing maintenance on his spear, which took a hell of a beating in the last adventure, and browsing around for more scrolls, books, and anything that would be valuable to add to his library, aka the ship's library.
Yeah, there are several libraries here in Esgland, but like not you can get access to them, but you can't bring the books with you.
That's fine. I can read. I have perfect memory.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, so you spend some time in the libraries reading up on. Is there any topic in particular you want to read up on?
Ships repairs and mythical krakens.
Okay. So yeah, so there's a ton of books on like ship repair for dummies sort of things. And you do find books on various mythological beasts, including like the Kraken, which is, from everything that you can read, the Kraken is the most, feared mythological creature of the sea. But there's no first-hand reports.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe I was just drugged and I didn't see any of that shit after all.
Yeah. And that's entirely possible. It's the way some cults work, right?
Yeah, I mean, you take the most logical explanation is probably the right one.
Yeah.
I mean, Krakens, come on.
Yeah, it couldn't have been.
If you're going for a cult, Bacchus is the one you want to go for.
But yeah, there must have been something in the incense or something.
Yeah, probably.
And that, yeah, you can definitely basically put in some work as a master craftsman, and there are the sailors on board can give you the rudiments of how to use a bow and how to use ranged weaponry. More than happy to help you. But you do notice as you're kind of training with them and training with Ragnar as well, there's a large contingent of very well trained mercenaries in the city. Some of them are actually quite helpful and give you pointers. More than a few of them kind of laugh and kind of discredit your training. But it's enough to note that a large portion of the town guard, for lack of a better term, is actually hired mercenaries as opposed to stationed troops.
Because mercenaries, as you know, are far more loyal than people who actually are from the area.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, Tavian, I didn't think you could keep up with my training regimen. I'm impressed.
They had me digging in a mine in my home country for a year and a half. I've got myself in pretty good shape.
Oh, I'm impressed. Good on you. Keep it up.
But yeah, so everybody can spend their XP, sell some stuff. You guys gather together towards the end of your carousing. Decide what you would like to do, where you would like to go, and then we'll roll for carousing events. But I need to go and
Sounds good.
go to the bathroom and get a chicken in the oven, so I'll be a few minutes.
No problem. I'm looking at the Master Craftsman, and I think it turns me into Scotty from Star Trek.
Yeah, it very much does.
I'm hopefully going to be able to train 3 more experienced followers.
That's great because it takes them from minions to toughen, which is a big increase for them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and if I can train 3 more, they're going to be the Nordheimers.
I'm definitely going to be taking apothecary and become an expert in poison.
There you go. Yeah, close call there. Persistent 4 is bad.
Big time.
Real quick, Chris, can you just check what my expertise in warfare is, just so Don and I can do some math here.
Warfare. You have 1 and 1 currently.
1 and 1.
All right, so yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and then we will get back to part 2.
All right.
All right.
There was an indication of sentience, right?
convince people that you're innocent merchants when they try to board your ship.
Yes.
If you don't have any cargo on
prepare
board.
for severe burns.
I mean, we'd have to pool our money together
That's going to happen. More mentally
if
prepared.
we want to do a
yourself
legit
than
trip. There is an
anything.
island really close that's looking for food, so
There is a. We could take on things like barrels of rum and food and whatnot, things that we would just kind of use anyways
essentially a
in our
very
travels.
small. It's a one-bed sick bay, so he's preparing.
I think Don's thinking that we do a legit trip back to
It's the
kind of that place we
closest
came
sick
from, right?
bay. That's going to be the factor. Not exactly.
Is that what you're
I was just
thinking
thinking about having some legit cargo in the hold. Not to take up a lot of space, just some.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying we just make legit cargo, eat stuff that we can use on the boat.
I mean, if you all want to pitch in and us buy a bunch of rum, we could do that.
I wouldn't mind throwing in
That's how small
stuff.
our ship is.
Yeah, I'd go in on that.
The two wave riders together have as much
I mean,
sick bay
make a little
space
profit off it anyway.
as the actual ship. Yeah.
Right. So you're looking around for some actual cargo.
Sounds like it. Claudius, how much gold do you want to put in?
I could put in 4. Sound good?
Yeah. Right.
So what are we looking at doing? How much are we looking to get, and what kind of gold would it cost?
Well, I assume we're just going to save ourselves a couple gold in our pockets and then just buy as much as we can. I could buy it cheaper because of the talents I have.
Why? Because it's asked nicely.
I'll throw 3 gold into the pot.
Okay. Ragnar?
I'll throw a 2 gold.
And then Tebian?
All I have is 2 gold
think I've
because
got
I
2
healed all
gold.
my stuff, but you're welcome to it.
Do I have that gold to spend, Chris? I've lost track.
Yep, you had 5, and that's before Caro divvies up.
All right. Yeah, I'll throw in 2.
Okay, I'll throw in 4. So we're going to go see if we could buy 15 gold worth of rum.
And I want a shield and a leather cap. Shield is 5 and leather cap is 1.
So make a society test.
Society test. Is that to find the contact or just to do the thing?
It's just to do the buying and selling.
We don't have any momentum. We do now.
Are you specifically looking for rum, or are you just looking for like alcohol you can sell?
We're looking for just something useful for us to have. Alcohol is pretty much what we're looking for.
Yeah,
Fresh fruit, booze, whatever,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
food and drink. So basically something that we can use over time anyways, right?
The idea is to establish ourselves as actual traders, right?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, make it look like we're like legit and shit.
or at least a plausible cover.
And what's Caro's renown currently?
2.
So you get your 15 gold worth of cargo for the cost of 10 gold.
Okay, and I have Haggler, if that matters, and Wealthy ×2.
So what do those do, just so I don't have to look them up?
So Wealthy reduces the cost 1 for 1, so that would make it 8.
Okay.
And then Haggler lets me do a society test after I've. Let's see. After. I may roll a simple D0 persuasion test, reduce the cost by 1 by spending 2 momentum.
All right. So go ahead and make your test. The difficulty is increased because of the fact that you don't speak the language for most of the people here.
Okay. So I don't have any momentum to work with?
Not currently, no.
Didn't you just generate some or no?
No.
Oh,
Because it
okay.
must be difficulty 3.
Yep, difficulty 3.
Well, 2.
All right. So yeah, you can get the price for your 15 gold worth of goods down to 7.
7. All right.
Sweet.
And then it will cost you, say, 4 gold for the shield and the leather cap for Clytius.
Excellent.
Are you paying that out of your own pocket or out of this
Yeah,
big set?
unless there's enough left.
Yeah, there's enough left.
Well, no, I only gave you 4, didn't I?
Yeah, you gave me.
I'll just pay 4, and then you can save whatever else to buy cargo next time.
All right. So, Chris, can I make that 30 for 14?
Sure. And that will pretty much like fill up your ship because a lot of that stuff is kind of bulky.
And it pretty much drains all of our money too, so works out.
Yep. And rather than rum, you do pick up casks of this like date-based wine.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, I'll start distilling it.
All right, Rory. Priority number 1 is to make this thing drinkable.
Aye, Captain.
It is surprisingly, like when you taste it, it is it's tasty enough. It is very, very sweet for a wine. Very sweet.
Yep, we'll get the still up and running.
Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
All right, gentlemen. We learn anything during our short leave? Did we lose anyone? Why is there a bunch of Nordheimers running around here?
Captain, I managed to find some new friends.
It certainly seems that way.
Does anyone speak Argosian?
I do.
I look back at like my new followers as like Argosian. Anyone in Nordheim? I'm saying that.
No, they obviously they all speak Nordheimer. A handful of them speak like Sumerian. One speaks Pictish, but no Argosian.
That's a no, Captain.
Well, for God's sake, Ragnar, how am I going to give orders to people that can't understand me?
Because you can give them to me, and I can give them to them.
All right, well, how about you give them the speech that I normally give new people?
Yes, sir.
As I understand Nordheimer, I'll probably chuckle several times through that.
Yeah. I start on a speech more along the lines of, listen, you give the captain more lip than you need to, I'll take your toes.
And other things like, he seems like he's a puny sort, but he's actually a pretty good guy.
Yeah, that too.
Rory will occasionally inject words and comments into your speech.
Indeed. And do you want me to name my new followers, Chris, or do you want to?
No, go ahead.
Awesome. these are going to be good. Just saying.
There's got to be a Sven.
There's
Sven.
Olaf, Sven, Floki.
Oh, Floki's a good name.
Floki is a great name. Floki is the best character in Vikings.
We need a Floki.
So glad that Soshak is.
And if everybody would like to roll 1d20 for me.
Oh, here we go, boys.
We don't have a button for that, do we?
There's not.
No.
The old end of carousing.
Vulcans don't sweat.
I actually have a D20 here, so it's 6.
6 for you? Okay.
Yep.
I got a 7.
Singular D20.
Oh, Chris, with the 10 alchemical ingredients that I have, how do we want to deal with turning them into things at work?
What would you like to make?
Well, probably I want to use 5 of them on lotus type potions and the other 5 on burning type potions.
Okay.
Isn't there also like a blinding powder?
There's blinding powder, there's acids, yeah, there's a variety of things.
It's a
Yeah,
pile
right.
of them.
But right now I have formula for lotus and I have formula for the burnings. So when I can, over time, I'll just generate more master of formula for different things, and then I'll have more in the repertoire.
Did you take Master Formula Lotus or Poisoner?
No, it's lotus, and that's the one that made that super ridiculous poison that we sold.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
You can still smell it in the ship.
Probably, I still have one left.
So which lotus pollen would you like to brew up?
That's a good question. Let me have a quick look here.
We should keep one of those poisons on hand just in case we need something to use for our new friend.
Well, in case we need something to assassinate somebody, basically.
That's exactly what Claudius just said. Which I
I was
expect
just
is a
thinking she'd be
conversation, probably a conversation we're about to have.
I was just thinking she'd be a lot easier to deal with if she was so terribly sleepy.
And in the meantime, did everybody roll their d20?
Aye, aye.
Okay.
I mean, we all show up as party token at the moment, so it's hard to say who's who.
Yeah.
I didn't. Just 1 second.
Yeah, you can't blame me for a bad roll. Never know it was me.
All right, and then Zach rolled 6. All right. Good old carousing event.
Come on, burn down a bar.
Oh, these are so fickle. Oh, that's crazy.
Burning down bars is my favorite.
With a host of Nordheimers, it's that much more of a possibility.
Our 2-week party at Tortage was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So it seems like while you guys were here in Asgalan, there was some sort of festival going on, some sort of holy celebration for. it's weird. The temples that you've seen, the shrines that you've seen, are all to Ishtar. But the festival that seems to be going on in the wee hours of the mornings in the taverns and the back rooms is far more decadent and in some cases unseemly than what one would expect from a festival to Ishtar. You notice that there's no sign at all of festivities during the daylight hours. But during the evening, in the back rooms of the taverns and in the companionship houses and things like that, everything seems to be a little bit more not necessarily depraved, but a little bit more than what you anticipated.
Ooh, get so. I like it.
And who all is actually trained in lore?
Tabian is very good in lore.
I don't think I am.
I am as well.
I think it's safe to say I'm not.
Oh, Caro's absolutely not. He's a total bullshitter.
So as people kind of relay the stories as to what they've heard or seen or things of that nature. Let's need to find the right name for the god. Too many books.
There are a lot of books.
So Tebian and Rory, you would understand that these festivities that are happening in the dead of night, in the dark, in the back corners, all that sort of thing, are services to the goddess Derketo.
I don't know that goddess.
That's not great.
Either of you
Trevor
can,
just failed his Conan lore check.
yeah. Either of you can make a lore roll.
I would love to.
Because Troskis
Sure.
had a fair amount of experience with Vulcans, Sutek does indeed look relieved.
Clydius is just along for the ride.
Maybe slightly amused.
As is Ragnar.
But only in that kind of, relieved kind of way.
There's some momentum for the pool.
Ooh.
Rory.
Kind of
Oh.
particularly stupid.
I guess my brain exploded. Holy crap.
I'm glad you got that one out of the way on something useless.
Oh,
That would be
yeah,
terrible if you're like piloting the ship or something.
so clueless. It's not even funny.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is a little bit, yeah.
Join the crew.
So Tebian, you think about this for a second, and Derketo is like the dark side of Ishtar. Like Ishtar does have some sensual elements to her religion, to the worship of Ishtar. There is some sensuality to it. Derketo is the dark mirror of that. Derketo is specifically the goddess of depraved sexuality.
So instead of like gospel music, it's heavy metal.
I like this town more and more, really.
Yeah, me too.
Specifically, that particular ceremony that apparently Ragnar and Clytius saw bits and pieces of reenacts the mating of Derketo and Dagon.
Okay.
This town just got more steamy.
It is,
You don't know what Dagon looks like.
yeah.
No, I really don't.
It's that time of year.
Uh-huh.
The time of year it is the time to load all this wine on this ship so we can get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, so it is enough to kind of indicate that
Is that what they're calling it?
there is definitely a like a cult to Derketo in this city, and it is large. It's not a small group of 10 or 12 people.
How do you spell Derketo?
Derketo is Derketo.
All right, I'm just gonna do a little bit of research.
Is there an effect on that particular roll?
There is actually the people who had spent the gold to gain renown or to gain rumors
That's me.
may actually come out ahead of time because they're involved in festivities.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah, actually, Ragnar and Clytius, each of you managed to pick up an extra gold along the way.
Awesome.
Tight.
Yeah, Tabian's nervous about this town now. It's getting little memories of Krakens. He doesn't want to be around sea monsters.
That's all right. I think we got everything we need done, except for talking to our special guest. Anyone remember that sorcerer's name?
Tabihi.
Sabihi. Could you join me in my cabin with my senior staff, please?
Certainly.
I just looked up Dagon. I understand now. Continue.
Grim, if you'd be so kind, could you make sure that nobody interrupts us during this conversation, no matter how loud it gets?
Put a tie on the doorknob.
I'll also station Olaf, Sven, Floki, and Berkey outside with Grim.
Clytius just slides into the room behind her and the captain and stays behind her the whole time.
Ragnar is at
Remember
Caro's
when
right hand.
Sutek went running and
Captain
bolted
takes
down
a
the
seat
stairs?
behind his desk, places the necklace in front of him outside of her reach, motions her for her to sit.
She will sit.
Right. Now, I believe we have upheld your and our end of the bargain. You are now on dry land. You are off the island that you were trapped on. You have your possessions in hand, yes?
Yes.
And in exchange for that, you were going to tell me where your master was so I could drop him into the nearest available volcano.
I was going to help you to find him, yes.
Right. So when does that part start?
No, the floor.
I need the necklace.
All
Floor was transparent.
Captain.
So
Go ahead, Ragnar.
I may have picked up a little bit of info on those whereabouts.
Yes, when he started yelling about
Really?
Sotak hugging him.
I would say so. He's been looking for a place called the Isle of Balsagoth.
Which part? Because the first
Maledict
one,
has been.
outside.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you happen to know where this island is?
Gotcha.
I didn't pick up that much info, but our friend might.
I've heard of the island.
Right, so here's how this is going to work, my dear. You are going to tell us everything that you know before you touch this particular necklace and do whatever nonsense that you do with it. Or I'm going to see about cutting off your fingers.
Well, if you do that, then I won't be able to help you find him.
True. But you did use your magic on me, and I take that personal. So if I were you, I would just maybe begin with a story. Walk me through how this all works. Tell me whatever that's any information that you think is relevant to keep yourself alive, because your friends aren't, and you're just stuck in this room with me and mine now. And I'll try to intimidate, because I have new talents.
Did her squid boy survive, or did he get left behind?
They both
She had
got
one
dead,
left,
I
right?
think.
No, he did not survive.
Good.
I don't know how to do an intimidation, but I do have strong arm tactics now.
It's a persuade.
Persuade, so I get an extra die per, so I have 2.
Yep.
So how many extra dice do you get? Oh, you
I
get
get one per rank, and so I have 2 ranks.
Okay, perfect.
So I added the 2 so I can make the roll. Oh, she's good too. Wow. Did not scare her a bit.
Not even the slightest. So it seems to me you want Maledict Mare for your own reasons. Reasons that I am fine with. He left me on that island to rot. But without my assistance, you won't find him.
All right, so maybe you could walk me through what this necklace does for you. Actually, walk Rory through it and Tebby, and they understand your nonsense a little better than I do.
The necklaces are bound. He's created several. He uses them for people he wishes to keep tabs on. But those knowledgeable in the ways can find him through the connection as opposed to the other way around.
Does that make any sense to you, Rory, Tebby?
Was Debian in the room?
Oh yeah, we're all there.
Okay.
Yeah, we brought you. We brought you in the room.
Okay, so repeat what she just said. What was that last line she said?
She said that the necklaces are bound together. He uses them to keep tabs on people to know their location, but those who are knowledgeable in the proper way can reverse that and locate him through the bond.
Does that take sorcery?
I've been sitting in science lab out there for a while.
It takes sorcery and possibly spells. You don't know. If you're trained in sorcery, you have a basic understanding of the sympathetic nature of magic.
I have no sorcery at all.
I do.
So to worry, it makes sense. There's a degree of like sympathy between like objects. It's a matter of knowing how to pull on those threads.
Aye, Captain. What she's saying is, well, basically true. How to put this? Imagine that you and Claudius had a string tied to each other, and that every time you needed Claudius, you could pull the string and he'd always show up, but he never really necessarily had the ability to pull the string and bring you in, except until he learns how to do it.
Well, how would he not know how to pull a string?
Because it's greater power.
Oh, like crazy magic string.
Generally
Yes.
speaking, no one sees
Right.
them open when they're working.
So,
They have
when
other
someone
options
who
available.
is. And she figures it out, then she can use it to look back to find out where he is.
I've already figured it out.
Oh, I figured he had lost it.
So, and may I? And she'll hold her hand out towards the necklace.
Carol will stare at her for like a solid good 5, 10, 15 seconds before he even moves. With the understanding that if you do anything foolish, my people here will end your life.
Oh,
The
understood.
temperature's probably
Your fellow apprentice did not last long when Claudius and Roy decided to have a
temperature being
conversation.
set
You
10
understand?
degrees higher probably gives it away too.
Aram was
It is a dry heat, definitely.
disposable.
It is.
So do your thing and make sure
Very
you're
much so.
not disposable.
Of course. And again, she'll just gesture for the necklace. She doesn't reach for it, she just gestures for it to be handed to her.
No.
He'll push it across with like with a pen or something, like a feathered pen.
This will be better if you join me on the deck.
I don't think so.
So she takes the necklace and she concentrates for a second. And all of you feel this
Between
deep
it being really
thrumming
cold and,
sound
like everything else on this ship, it being
to kind of reverberates through your body.
kind of like sick bay. Everything is within arm's reach.
Right now, go check on the men, make sure they're calm.
Yes, Captain.
It's very convenient.
Just open the door a little bit.
There's a look of concern. You see people, they seem to be thinking like the ship lurched or something. There's that sort of reaction.
I'm just gonna kind of give everybody just a nod, just steady.
As I said, Captain, this does work better on the deck. You would not be able to see the effects from in here.
The original series, all the medical
Wait,
shows,
hold on then. Stop for a
Zardy
second.
shapes, salt and pepper shakers.
You're going to terrorize everyone in this port. If it's something you can see.
That is not my concern.
It's very much my concern.
Well, you asked for a demonstration. I believe I have done so.
Well, I am impressed. Now, perhaps we should do this out in open water then.
I will get ice.
It would be better.
All right. You have my word. I'll return you to dry land, as was our deal.
I merely wanted off the island.
Well, I assure you, miss, you are not sailing with us.
Very well.
Captain, perhaps a voyage inland, you know? I mean, it seems like we got something we can investigate.
There is that ruins that I heard about.
Aye, could be profitable. I'm just saying, you know, and that way Lassie can do her stuff like in the desert. There's nobody.
Where are these ruins?
They're about 2 days ish in towards Koth. Inland. Jesus.
It's desert like out there. So, you know, ruins got uncovered by some blowing wind, the sand blew off them, and yeah, there could be
Well, that sounds about perfect, actually.
Well, yeah, I figured I said that a good compromise. She could do her thing, give us the information, then be on her way, and then we can go find something.
So we're just going to port here and head inland. Is that the intent?
Oh well, like I said, we're all geared up and ready to be doing things, but I think this might be worth our while, considering that what Ragnar found.
Definitely worth looking at. All right, that's what we'll do. Claudius, you want to make sure the crew is all settled? We'll be gone for a while, I guess.
Right?
The crew is more than happy to just spend some time here, spending gold, getting drunk, so on and so forth.
Make sure that they do so in rotations. Everybody's got a buddy. Don't go anywhere without your buddy.
All right, Ragnar, get your crew together. We'll bring your new Nordheimers along. And Grim, just make sure they stay in one piece, yeah?
Of course, Captain. How long do you expect to be gone for?
Could be a week.
So, after 10 days, the ship is mine?
All right, let's call it 10 days.
Very well.
And Grim, you are happy to try to take it any time you'd like.
Don't let them drink all the wine.
I have no real desire to be captain,
Testing a theory.
but staying in port for too long is
Did I succeed in my previous
not my style.
covering this?
Agreed. As I said, keep them on one piece.
Of course.
Okay.
And he kind of like turns back and starts like issuing commands, like you heard the captain, everybody, he reiterates again,
That's my line.
Yep. And you do notice that he does so in several different languages.
Infectious diseases?
Rory, you want to make sure we're packed for a desert trip?
Aye, tis.
Any
What are you
other
going to spend to
suggestions?
learn another language?
Um,
Linguistics?
linguistics and
Talent, I think.
yeah, there's a talent that gives you other languages based off of your linguistic score.
So you have to have a linguistic score.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I've got a linguistic score.
So yeah, there's I think it's polyglot lets you speak an additional language for every level of the linguistic skill you have. There's one called translator that lets you read more languages on top of that.
Yes.
Would lore and research help me find this island?
You can definitely look into it. Yeah.
He would run that sequence through the computer system.
Does that seem useful to the
see
captain?
If it's cataloged anywhere.
Well, we got some daylight left. How about we start our march in the morning?
Is it from the gourmet here?
Do whatever you need to do to get ready.
Gourmet camp.
All right.
So yeah, so you do have a couple of hours if you want to go to the library here in Asgaland.
Absolutely. Is that a lore check?
It is a lore check.
What's the going rate on camels, Chris?
Camels?
Is there a camel rental?
There are camels for sale.
There's never a camel rental.
Trying to sort out.
How about a camel Uber?
Does Starfleet have enough information about them to know if this
Camel workshop? Ooh.
The going price for a camel is 8 gold.
Like, is this
Shit.
something that's
Okay.
related to their how they navigate or how
Alright.
they?
So Tevin, you hit the library. You don't
Right.
you don't generate any momentum for other questions, but you do find out that, there are stories. The island, the Isle of Bal Sagoth, Bal-Sagoth. It's rumored to be about 2 weeks, give or take, off the Pictish coast. The stories, and the stories go back like a long ways. Like the library here in Ascalon has manuscripts that go back hundreds of years. The island is described as being rich and lush, like a practical, like a paradise.
Where genetic markers play share.
There are huge flightless birds, jungle foliage. The island itself is inhabited by a race of people referred to as the Balsagoth. The smattering of writings that you find indicate that they are ruled by a king, but the true power of the society is a hereditary priesthood that worships a being called Golgoroth, the god of darkness who sits forever in the Temple of Shadows.
So much fun.
Yes. Quite.
Just like the band.
It is said a lot of the documents you find are actually tales from the Vanir. It seems like although this island nobody knows exactly where it is, there have been Vanir raids on it. So it's not like it's some mystical island lost to time. It's a physical place that exists, and the Vanir have raided it, and that's where a lot of these tales come from.
Oh.
But since the Vanir are largely an oral tradition,
And
it's like, this guy told this guy told this guy, and then that guy finally wrote it down. So that's the level of information you're getting.
Mm.
8 successes.
Classics.
I think I just, like a couple months ago, read a Conan comic with Balsagoth and from the epic collections I've been picking up.
Genetics as well.
Cool.
And infectious diseases.
We could always not go there.
I mean, it's a jungle. There's probably monkeys.
Oh, God. Save us from the goddamn
I did. I just found it.
Cool.
Now, this is going to sound sad, but how do I add new talents on the machine?
Okay, 1 sec.
Your furthest tab to the right is your talents tab. You can go down to acquired and other, and on the right there's a little plus sign.
There is actually an easier way
It's
to
good,
do
'cause
it.
he'd be shit.
Oh, I'm eager to hear.
Oh, when I do that, though, it just says new other talent, and I can't seem to change it.
So in Foundry, the one of the tabs is called Compendium. Should be the one right beside the music notes.
Shit, here I was doing this the hard way the whole time.
So if you click on that, and then there's one called Talents, bracket Core.
We don't see that one actually.
I do.
I do.
Oh, I do not.
But yeah, when you get to that, click on it. It'll put up a list of all of the talents that are in the compendium, and then you can just search for the one you want, and then just drag it to your character sheet.
So I'm acquiring Apothecary and Quiet Wisdom.
Oh, there it is. I was on the wrong tab. I'm sorry.
There you go. I will add those but to your sheet there, Jeff.
Oh, I got it.
You got them?
Oh, I guess you.
No problem. I'll delete one of them. But there, now you know where they are.
Cool.
So, Rory, could I have a minute with you for a second?
Aye, Captain.
Once we're alone in the cabin.
Does she still have her magic amulet?
She does.
All right. Clytius, when he's not driving the ship, is going to stick to her like glue.
There's a host of things that we don't know.
Now, Rory, I have a very important mission for you.
Aye.
Right now, I seen what you've done in the galley, not just making all food, but making all the stuff that smells really horrible and lights things on fire.
Yeah.
Right? So if this lady gets out of line in any way, using your best judgment, you have my leave to light her head on fire.
Aye. Fair then. I will wait for your command.
Well, just remember that she has that little bewitching thing she does.
Oh, I'm aware of that, Captain. It's let's just say some folks are more resistant than others.
Well, let's just say that we could find Maledicma in many different ways. This one may be the easiest and the most expedient. But that said, if this lady's going to be a problem, I want that problem solved, and I want that problem to be solved with a fatality.
Aye. Well, it's awfully hard to cast things if you're burning.
All right, so you keep an eye on her.
Aye. I'll make sure I keep the kill poison with me.
Either of those things?
One way or another, she's going to the bottom of the sea.
Well, or the desert, I guess.
Whichever. Just make sure you're paying attention.
Aye, tis.
Thank you, Roy.
And Chris, so I figured out what I wanted to do with the ingredients.
Okay.
So I'd like to create 5 regular level 2 burnings to help kind of. I got an area, a bunch of area ones, but I don't have as much single ones. And I'd like to take the lotus that's in there, turn some Stygian black, so a poison, 2 doses worth. The Kitao purple, so 2 ingredients into that for like a level 2 paralytic, and then the 1 ingredient on the yellow for making people a little bit more malleable.
Okay. Perfect. So
You want to just make it so over time, or do you want rolls to generate an ass ton of momentum?
we'll do some rolls because complications on alchemy are always fun.
Fair enough.
Don't set the ship on fire, please.
I'll try not to. Or poison myself.
So far, he hasn't blown up the ship.
Well, there's a first time for everything. I seem to be rolling 20s today.
You got him all the way out. You got him out of the way early.
So we'll do the burning liquids first. Difficulty is 2, goes down by 1 because you have an alchemy lab in your kitchen.
Cool. All right. Is there any momentum in the pool?
There is not.
Yeah, guess we'll have to hope to fix that then. I will re-roll the 19.
Well, you're trying to get a complication, aren't you?
Well, yes, maybe.
So you do manage to get 1 of the burning liquid.
All right, continue onward.
Okay. The Stygian black.
Okie dokie.
So
Here we go.
okay, so it
I'm
is
going to
difficult.
re-roll that 20. Here, not a 20.
Not a 20. But no success with the Stygian Black because difficulty. No, actually, sorry, difficulty 2 goes down by 1, so you do get your double dose of the Stygian Black.
Excellent.
Computer tries to confirm. Everything goes
All
silent.
right.
Not that there's
Moving
much
on to
noise
the
going on
Catan
in
Purple.
anyway. But it's a little hard to. Something in the room changes. It's just sort of hard to tell. The power issues.
There you go. That will actually generate you 1 momentum and get you the 2 doses.
Excellent.
Anything he told me was important. System.
And then 1 on the yellow as well.
Which is difficulty 0.
Yep. Well, let's re-roll that 90.
Those dice don't like you.
No, but it's difficulty 0, so at least achieve it, but not make
Thing
any
he was-
momentum.
Yep. Maybe it thinks you're playing D&D.
Oh, I wish. Can I have these rolls when we play like next week?
Makes you think I'm projecting.
Maybe. I'll see what I can do for you.
All
See,
right.
the
So,
thing is, when you're playing D&D, you find dice that roll low and save those for Conan.
so I will continue to work on the burning ones. So I've still got
The
4 ingredients left.
Okay.
The only
Alrighty, let's try her out.
between him and the burnt events would be his interface with the
And there's 1 momentum, right?
system.
There is.
I will burn that for an extra die.
That was unsuccessful. If you recall.
So that will give you 1 more and another one if you want to spend the 1 momentum you generated.
You and I are upstairs.
Actually, I want to re-roll the 18.
Oh, okay, yes.
He was downstairs attempting. He attempted.
There you go.
Well,
He attempted.
So I'll get you 1 and then 1 more for every momentum you spend.
Divulge to
okay. I will then use 1 momentum, keep 1 in the pool, so I'll get 2 from that.
the extent of the conversation. He and I had about that situation.
And so that gives you with 3 burnings, the Stygian Black, the tan purple, and the
only
yellow.
information he provided about that
That is
particular
correct. I'll
situation
use the
was
last
that
2 burning
he was
ingredients to try to get the last 2 burnings knocked off.
Okay.
He
And I'll
gave
use the
us
1 momentum in the
supply,
pool
but
to help
respectfully
with that.
doesn't go off on that particular witness. Beyond all of us being on the away team, we're attempting to get information.
There you go.
There you go.
Bang. So I got my 2, and then I've got 2 left for the pool.
Perfect. There you go. And in the meantime, I assume you guys have gotten, since you're planning to go into the desert, you've gotten like water skins and proper desert clothing and all of that sort of stuff.
Yep, survival stuff.
Let's do that.
Lots of water.
So while Rory's doing that, Tebian is at the library finding out information on the Isle.
He did not.
That is correct. Would you like a lore check?
No, you already did that, so you got the information there.
forgot.
Yeah. So that's all you're capable of finding here at any rate. There may be other libraries that have more information.
Okay.
But that is the extent of what you can find here in Nazgul.
Aside from.
I mean, if you cross the order into like maybe Luxor and Stygia, they have massive libraries of forbidden knowledge. But
No, we'll take what we got.
okay,
All right, gentlemen, we got a 10-day countdown. Let's get going.
alrighty. So, you guys set off in the morning. Somebody, whoever is leading this expedition, can give me a survival check. And is Zahibi coming with you, or are you leaving her behind?
She's coming with us.
Okay. What? You're not leaving the mind-controlling sorcerer alone with your crew?
Was there
No.
any experiments she was conducting?
And I'll ask for that necklace back.
Good. She'll give it back.
Okay.
Sotak tilts his head like, did you honestly just ask me if I'm lying to you?
Is survival me? I have a 12, but I don't have any
I
talents.
think it is, yeah.
Just making double sure. No, I don't have any talents.
We're not made for deserts.
No, we're really not.
I also have a
Uh,
12.
I am unsure what I have.
If you have a talent in it or something, I'd be more than happy to roll one to help you.
I don't think I do, but
What are we doing?
Ragnar has a 10 and actually has Winterborn. That's the talent, so no.
I am not good in the desert.
No, you're actually the opposite of good. You actually need one more success for survival tests in deserts.
Yeah.
Tebion's
Oh,
basically
shit's
from
hot.
Scotland, so
Now, if we go
Gosh, it's
somewhere
hot.
cold, I'm your man.
So what do we need to roll?
It's survival, difficulty of 1.
Well,
Oh, wait, no. I actually do have a talent for survival.
I do believe you do. Yours is
I have
higher than
Explorer.
mine, but
So difficulty is 1 less while... that's when you're in unfamiliar waters. Land is definitely an unfamiliar water. The most unfamiliar, some might say.
especially deserts.
Yeah.
So this is not my kind of sea.
So you guys stand at the gate of Asgalon looking out, and it's like actually fairly lush, fertile land around Asgalon, but you can see, like, as you're kind of following the river, as it starts to get drier and drier and drier. The first little travel outside Asgalon is not a problem because you can just kind of follow the river along the hills towards the mountains. But then the river starts to dry up and become little more than a trickle from the hills and the mountains, and that's where the survival roll happens.
All right, I'll spend 1 momentum and hope for the best.
neat.
Well, yep, that's about what I figured.
Well, if nothing else, it gives us something for Chris to do.
It's a lot of 20s in one session.
It's the way it goes sometimes.
It really does.
Very strangely unnatural, but I'm hoping for this blessing come D&D next week.
It's all right, Claudius. Just thinking of another ocean. It's just made of sand, right?
Or rowing.
It's made of suck.
Or rowing, but no krakens.
Technically, if we got a camel for Clytius, I mean, it is the ship of the desert, right?
It doesn't quite work that way. Ragnar, are you bringing? Are you just bringing like your 3 guys or 4 guys, or are you bringing other Marines as well? Oh, Zach is away momentarily.
I think that just the 3 of them's fine.
Yeah, just his personal dudes, because they're well-trained dudes, right? So the other ones are probably going to have to work on the ship.
It's weird though.
Or more importantly, guard the ship.
Sotak knows exactly.
Yeah, we're going to play with sorcery, right? So we don't want too many eyewitnesses.
There was no indicator at the time, I think, that Sotak was anywhere near.
So you're making your way, and Clytius is like, "Oh, okay, this way.
Or that
Follow
he
the
would-
hills. Hills lead into
or that he
mountains.
would have
eventually. They said it was near the mountains. So definitely this way.
That's how geography works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That is 100% how geography works.
I'm filled with confidence.
Yep. No one ever talked to her about it. That's fair. Of course, Sotak was involved.
If anyone wants
Yeah, pretty much.
to hear something, I posted there's a metal band actually called Bal Sagoth, so I posted one of their songs in the Facebook group.
They must be death
Oh.
metal.
Cool.
You know, weirdly, although a lot of what they do sounds like it, but most vocals, they're not
Totally could,
death
right?
growls. They're actually, it's spoken. It's so epic. It's ridiculous.
Well, I do enjoy
Not-
good pirate metal
not-
sometimes. Like Ailstorm's fun.
Oh, they are.
Sotak
Running
very
Wild is the
carefully
best of all,
answered
'cause they're the
specifically
originator.
questions you asked. Yes.
Hey, everybody give me a observation test.
Yeah.
Aha, I just raised those stats.
Woohoo!
Hello?
Hey.
I hear ya.
Here.
Oh, good. I lost Discord for a second there.
Difficulty 1?
Possibly.
The
Observation for everybody?
Yep.
Wait, it wasn't
I think
observation I raised. It was ranged. Never mind. Still, observations. I still made my rolls.
Okay, so Kara will generate a momentum.
I think I get to re-roll one of these.
I got me too.
There we go.
Right, so you guys are making your way through the desert. There's some bluffs here, some plants here, and instinctively, pretty much everybody just kind of stops. And you see creatures
if he
burrowing out of
mentions,
the sand.
any kind of experiment.
Oh,
that
I thought we
maybe
saw
had
some
volunteered for,
neon green lineage.
Sotak would definitely
That too.
disagree with that.
So yeah, Clytius with Scout,
But he had some, 'cause the
you
captain
get
said
a
something
free
about
bonus momentum
Logan
that you can use on
providing
obtain
consent
information.
or consenting.
Sweet.
And my
So
initial reaction
succeeding the
was
check,
stop.
we get giant
You
scorpions. Right?
You see one of them basically kind of come up from underneath its burrow.
Right. So I think my question is, how many more of them are there likely to be?
Four more.
Enemy numbers.
Oh,
Enemy numbers.
s-
Some of the stuff
Sweet
they
Jesus.
couldn't
Okay,
use.
4 more.
Sotak didn't.
There's more than just the one. There's one there, one there, two of them over there.
When Sotak asked him who had designed
Dope.
this,
One for each of
he
us.
said, you did.
What? No.
I think we have 2 Caros
Yeah,
on the map,
Sotak's
and
response to the-
That's not how that
we're missing somebody.
when-
Oh,
when it
who
came
are
up
we
about
missing?
consent, it's can't
Tibian.
consent.
I see Tibian's plan.
Masquerade.
Oh, I stayed up on the ship.
I was up all night reading, guys. I'm sorry.
Somebody had to watch the rum.
Sent a doppelganger.
All right. So yeah. So you see one giant scorpion kind of come up from underneath the sand. His beady little eyes definitely focused on you. And just about that time, Rory's like, "Oh shit, there's more!" And you see more of them like popping up through the sand. You guys are up.
All right, gentlemen, clean this up.
Olaf, Sven, Floki, shield wall.
Okay.
Protect the captain. I'll have them
He has
form up with me into a shield
anything
wall,
he
like
thinks is
miniature
relevant,
shield
he
wall.
has.
Okay.
There were a lot of
Kind of
really
like with the captain in the middle, as it were.
Yeah, and I'll have Berkey
But he doesn't
just
think they were
with his
relevant
bow,
questions,
just
so
covering any openings.
Oh, is there 4 of them now? I think we need
I
one more
have
guy.
4.
All right.
So yeah, so basically, so there's a 5-man squad. So basically, they will assist you in what you're doing.
Excellent.
Okay. Anything else from Ragnar?
I'll guess put myself between, like I guess I'm already there between them. Am I able to ready an attack on?
I know that he was.
Yes, you can.
I'll ready an attack on whatever scorpion gets close first.
That will leave us with Rory, Tebian, Caro, and Clytius. And yeah, these Nordheimers like fall around you, Caro, and they basically bring their shields up, kind of like you've
On
never
the
seen an
planet-
actual
on
like
the
shield
planet,
wall
he was
before, but
attempting
Lock shields.
computer system at the door made contact with them first.
Ragnar, you're my new favorite.
Yes, Captain. Hopefully we get out of this alive so you can pour me a drink.
It was not.
I'll deliver it myself.
so you guys are still up.
Go get him, Claudius.
Though I think I would like fried scorpion.
The communication he was capable
How
of
steep is
was
this
not-
embankment here, Chris?
It's not the sort of thing that you need to climb, but it is rough terrain, so it will take a major action to get up to where that other one is.
Right. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that.
No, but I'll throw some fire at it.
I'll just head up here and wait for it to come down.
Okay.
Ready in action.
Okay.
And I'll get out my cutlass and shield.
Okay.
I will help out by trying to ignite that one on fire so that by the time it gets to like this, it might be burning.
Gotcha. All right.
Mine's really easy. I will stay where I'm at because it seems pretty safe.
Is there any
will...
There is 4 momentum.
Oh, nice. Good. I will use
knowledge and
one,
experience. There was no modification necessary.
and I will throw a level 2 individual burning potion at him.
All right. That is a hit and generates 2 momentum.
I'll use those 2 for damage.
Okay.
I'll roll my 4d6.
Yep.
Possible.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 6, and then spread. And it has spread and incendiary, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so fire erupts from up there. That one burns to a crisp.
Sweet.
Core.
That will leave us with Karo and Tebian.
I'm not in striking distance with any of these, and I'm not throwing my spear.
The one that's in the same zone as you, you can close for free if you want.
Oh, absolutely. So that one?
Yep.
All right, let's spear the thing. It's not a kraken. I ain't scared of it.
There's a distinct lack of tentacles here.
Sotak is deliberately not using his rank.
That is enough to hit.
Unbalanced piercings. I don't get any of the effects, right?
That'll be on damage.
Unbalanced just means you have to use a two-hand, unless you're strong enough.
2 effects.
So that is enough to go through its armor and do 2 damage to it.
Sweet.
So
Right
yeah,
in the torso.
yeah, right in. So yeah, you kind of judge, and it does have like these fairly thick, heavy plates, but your spear goes through it pretty easily. Tebian,
I would like to.
or sorry, Karo.
I'd like to know.
I will ready in action to use heed my words when the rest of them close in.
Because Sotak's trying to decide how he's going to phrase this.
Not going to move.
Well, that one is going to try to claw
Yes.
at Tebian.
There is that, yes. She cannot know that I am aware.
Pincers, tentacles for hugging.
Information.
It is going to be difficulty 2 because your spear has a reach of 3.
Despite my involvement.
It is in fact going to hit though. Ooh. So it like reaches out with its claws into your left leg for 7 damage.
Oof.
The information about
Which will be a wound.
Logan attempting to interface with the computer system for a second time on the planet is fine.
And then
Imply that I was a wave rider.
oh, and you are grappled as well.
Tebian trained up on range combat and then charged the scorpion.
And the rest of them do come skittering in.
Sorry, how much damage did I take there?
7.
Good freaking lord.
And you are grappled as well. It's basically snatched its claw around your left leg and is holding you in place. The other ones are going to skitter in.
I thought it was Koth that was going to die.
So Clytius has a held action, Ragnar has a held action, and Karo has a held action.
I'll do mine first since it's stun based.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will start directing the. Well, I can't really affect the other group, but I will make myself look as fearsome as I can with the help of a whole bunch of fucking Vikings. Try to terrify these
I
guys.
would not limit it to Starfleet deciding.
I will spend a momentum.
No consultant.
I can re-roll 1. Didn't matter, and success is 1. That's all I need, I think.
Only one of them is going to try to resist.
Oh,
Boots of
guys,
Doom.
help me.
But it will fail.
All right.
The fridge, just
I'm not
behind
going to
you.
use any momentum for damage. I'll
Town
just
that
do
has the
my
fridge.
normal.
Participation in this project.
And this
There's
would
a
be
pub there.
area piercing 2.
Okay.
Stay.
Oof.
Ooh, you do hit all of them.
And stun.
Yeah, that's a lot of effects on the stun. I am not spending that much doom.
It's a pretty good roll right there.
I have a hand in it.
Right. So as they start to come in, between the clanging of the Viking shields and Karo, they basically start to scatter.
And Ragnar
So,
is leading his.
to be fair, they won't start to scatter until their turn, but they've taken 2 traumas. They're effectively out of the fight.
Mm. And
I'll take
Ragnar
a
is
swing.
leading his Nordheimers in like a Nordheimer like war chant.
So as they start to come in, they kind of halt and then they start to turn away, and between like Ragnar waiting for them to come in and Clytius waiting for them to come in and everything, you can like kill a couple of them. The other ones scatter away, dig down into the sand, disappear. Basically, they are traumatized and out of the fight.
Excellent.
Right. If possible, my first swing, I'll clip the tail off so I can save it for Rory. He loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah, look, the one that Clytius captures and the one that Ragnar captures, you kill them as they turn, so the entire corpse is there.
Excellent.
Hey, Rory, I got you something.
A harvesting way will go.
Give me a survival roll. The Hebe is basically just at the back, just kind of like, buffing her nails.
Conversations continued over the next few years. May have inadvertently provided more. Have been used in ways that had not.
Yeah, and these things too, you notice that they are, even for large scorpions, they do seem to be bulkier. Not necessarily larger, but definitely bulkier.
Implementation.
That is nothing for me.
These are definitely the D&D dice.
Oh
Turns
yeah.
out that they're the only non-poisonous spiders in the desert. Scorpions.
Maybe that's why they didn't use their tails. But they do seem to be quite a bit bulkier than your average scorpion, even taking into account the fact that they're the size of a horse.
Totally buff. Steroids.
Yeah, it's enough to indicate to Tebby and Rory at the very least that these are perhaps not entirely natural.
Oh, lovely.
And you do see Zahibi kind of like looking them over as well. She's not touching them. She doesn't want to be accused of, trying to harvest poison or anything, but she's definitely looking them over.
Yeah, Sotak is quite often
Well, I don't mind being accused of harvesting poison.
during that conversation.
Interesting.
In science?
What do you see, lassie?
And she kind of like motions for like somebody stronger than her to like flip one over.
Sure.
Oh,
These
I am apparently very distracted by this
striations here, this coloration. these have been touched by the outer dark.
We do have a lot.
Hmm.
Is it
Of course it
using
has.
momentum to re-roll?
Aye. Well, they do seem not very natural.
Yeah, that's the thing. I placed so many.
So- And she looks over the other one. She's like, this one doesn't seem to have the same
variations.
mutations.
Well, what does that tell us?
Well, if scorpions are, they're not solitary. They're, if they're working in a colony or a hive, and perhaps this one was the, queen. I don't know much about scorpions, to be honest.
Anything
Could be a fair analogy.
that he had a second interface with the computer system.
So perhaps this one that has been tainted leads the other ones. I don't know if that's the proper word, but I don't know how capable these creatures are of following leadership.
I don't suppose you can explain how they got tainted in the first place.
The outer dark seeps through the world in places.
Pretty much similar to the monkeys on the island.
Perhaps. It's entirely possible if monkeys are more closely related to humans, perhaps the taint has a stronger hold on them.
Aye. One even had a third arm.
Oh God.
Let's not get Claudius going.
That's perfectly reasonable.
Meanwhile, Ragnar is praising his followers as mighty Drengir.
So before you hauled me out here in the desert, did you do any research on what these ruins might be?
I can say I did. Just that there was star metal there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing the research now.
In the field
Okay.
research.
Yep.
Well, depending on how close we are to the ruins, I would indicate that this is evidence of some sort of dark sorcery. But
Dark, painful sorcery.
if we're at a distance from the ruins, then perhaps this is unrelated.
So unrelated dark sorcery.
Depends. I don't know how far we are. I don't know what sort of ruins we're investigating.
Perfect.
So is there a reason you brought me along other than you didn't want to leave me on your ship?
Well, two reasons. Well, including not wanting to leave you on the ship. That's one. The other one is that I'd like you to use your little hocus pocus, outside of earshot of the entire fucking city.
Oh, okay. Can I have the amulet?
Yep. And he'll hand it over with a little glance over to Rory.
So she'll take the amulet and she doesn't put it around her neck or anything. She just holds it in her hand. And she seems to concentrate for a second. And says something under her breath. And again, there's that thrumming sound, feeling through your body. And there are ripples in the sand that emanate out from her in a very distinct direction towards from where you are to the northwest.
Oh,
Keep your men in line right now.
would that direction possibly take us to the ruins?
I believe I have
No, it is 90 degrees from the ruins.
She's pointing the way to Melodic, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a whole sea's worth over someplace else on another island.
He could already be at the Isle.
Nope.
Based on what I know
You
of
may
geography,
trust
I
up
would
here.
say he's probably somewhere towards Pictish area.
It's not
Just
an unreasonable guess.
just looking at the world map and knowing what we heard earlier.
Yep.
Goddamn dirty pics.
My character in
No.
Tony's game.
No, all
got a
right.
feeling.
I would
Oh,
like
shit.
that necklace back, and I like the one that you're wearing as well.
She's
My statement
actually
stance.
she's not wearing one. The only one is
Jesus,
the one that
I
is
would
being
hate to
passed
do
back and
that.
forth.
Oh, I thought she had one.
I mean,
No.
I'll take that back.
Sotak
Yes.
punching the wall would
Of course.
be a complication.
I didn't have time to loot the sorcerer that we killed.
Okay.
Because the
I'll do
world
that
was
instead. We'll
sinking
save the
at
momentum
that
to
time.
something else.
Yep.
Yeah, ransack's going to be one of the next skills, I guess.
Sotak?
All right,
So I'm
gentlemen.
asking-
Tibby, you're all right.
It's all right,
Sotak has
Captain.
been
I'm just
sitting
bleeding.
As he's been having
Flesh
this
wound.
conversation so far.
All right, we'll fix that up then.
Fix him up,
Nice.
Roy.
I got 3 vigor. 10.
Also, Lassie, did you
he
get an
stands
accurate
abruptly.
location of him?
I can determine direction.
Better.
You would not be willing to do what's necessary for me to get
no.
better information.
So far, they've been having this conversation. I assume that.
I'm assuming
she
sacrifice and the
stands
like.
Sotak is sitting.
Sorcery doesn't come without a
I don't
price.
know where Trosk is in the room.
I can be more powerful, but it requires
Okay.
a price to be made.
When.
I
What was the last
is. I'm
thing
aware of that.
that,
So, yes. That's the thing.
that he said?
There's also a very real
Something like
danger that the more
Starfleet
often
is
that
not
this
in the
is
habit of
used, he may
disappearing
realize that I
people.
am following him. And he may reverse the reversal.
Always a danger.
You implying that your usefulness has come to an end?
I'm implying that
He stands up.
I can find the
abruptly.
direction he's
He
in
stands up abruptly. punches
when he
the wall,
moves.
Like, just extends his arm, puts a dent in it.
If your friend is right, if he's already at the
leans
aisle,
close. This is all happening very
he
fast.
is
Leans in
weeks
close
ahead
and
of
says,
you.
"Where
He
is
won't
he?"
be there when you get there.
Right.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
There's only so much ocean. We'll find him eventually.
Aye, well,
That is a
Captain,
fair
I
reaction.
suspect that this little relationship that we have with the lassie probably have to continue for a bit.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Roy, could you see about patching Tabby up?
Aye, no problem, Captain. I'll take care of it.
Oh,
I'm not sure why you chose a giant fucking scorpion Tabian, but good
uh,
on you. Trying to show the Nordheimers up, maybe.
Might be overcompensating for a bit of panic from our last adventure.
Tebby, and I will say, those maneuvers that we've been practicing came in useful here.
Thank you. I did crack that beast shell quite well, I thought.
I'd say so. Captain Tebian's been doing very well.
So how much momentum do we have?
2.
I strongly suggest you leave this.
All right, I'll use them both for the healing roll.
And he's
Okay.
making direct eye contact. And how tall is Shavik again? Is he? Okay. Because Sotak's like 6'2". I've never seen a tall Andorian.
All right, so that will generate 2 momentum. So while he's doing this, your vigor will recover normally over a couple of minutes. He kind of bandages your leg so that wound is treated, not healed.
I had wound.
Ooh,
All right, and vigor is back to normal.
why?
Yep.
Why?
All right, fair enough.
But yes, as you kind of bandages up, you realize that there are dangerous creatures here, perhaps tainted by sorcery. You have a sorcerer among you who shows no indication of ill will or ill intent or running. Seems to be content to tag along with you for the time being. But you realize that when the sun comes down, somebody's going to need to keep watch to keep an eye on her for certain, and hopefully nothing will attack you in the evening. But I think we will call it there as we're getting on to 10 to 6.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Fun.
No worries.
As our pirate crew tries to navigate the desert.
Right.
Yeah, sure, for whatever good that is.
But everybody can have 150 XP.
He's
Ooh.
maintaining eye
take it.
contact this entire time.
Thank you for adding that to my thing, Chris.
Yep, I got it. I have to remember that I have to do your character sheet for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping that probably won't be before Christmas, but maybe after Christmas I might be able to get another machine to actually run better.
Cool. All right. So we will see everybody in 2 weeks for the continuation of this desert adventure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Star Metal
All right,
Hunter.
folks.
No more monkeys. What do you mean, no more monkeys, Don?
No more monkeys.
I promise there are no monkeys in the desert.
Yes, it's other mutated creatures that'll be like monkeys.
I don't believe him.
Snakes. Snakes are fine.
It's all lies.
There are no monkeys. No monkeys in the desert. I just want to be very specific. It's not monkeys.
Scorpions, no worries.
Could
Snakes,
be apes.
sure. No,
Okay.
no, apes are monkeys.
No, they're not. They're different.
They're
Lies.
two
Lies and
very
slander.
different species.
All right.
Oh, I'm waiting to find the mutant camel.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you later,
If
guys.
there's a
Bye,
mutant
everyone.
camel, we need to capture it and ride it.
Probably.